Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live show for Sleep When I'm Dead. I'm your host, Jessie. I have Summer here, and let me take P.S. I Hate You because this is not reading sprints, and I've already read that. So I just realized I was up there. But welcome. I have Summer here. I have her channel linked down below, so make sure you go show her some love. Summer, why don't you just, let everyone who probably has never heard of you, which if you haven't, you guys have been living under a rock. But who are you? Your channel? What do you like to do? What do you like to read?
My name is Summer. My channel is Seasons Readings. My Instagram, I've been more active on Instagram, so I would go there, and it's just Seasons Readings as well. I like to read a little bit of everything. I like thrillers and horror. I like weird books. I like cozy books, especially like cozy fantasy. Outside of reading, I've been really into painting lately, so that's been really fun. But yeah.
Nice. That was way too big of a comment, so I had to drop it down there. If you guys haven't already, make sure you leave your star rating in the chat. We will save ours for the very end. And we were talking backstage. We both read this book, but we are also having trouble remembering the end of it. So if anybody who has read it and would like to help us along the way, let us know, if we're missing anything or if we get anything wrong.
Yes.
Hello, Heather. Gave it 3 stars, but the more I thought about it, I knocked it down to 2 stars. Really struggled with it and almost DNF'd it so many times. Okay. Gave it 2 stars, almost DNF. Wanted to join the discussion tonight and didn't have a spoiler, so I decided to finish it. Oh, well, thanks for trucking along there.
Yeah, thanks for pushing through.
It was barely a 3-star for me. Hello. DNF at 7%, just too bored and didn't care enough about the characters. Okay. Gave it 3 stars and then went down to 2. Okay. That is totally fine. We'll go ahead and just jump into the discussion. We are talking spoilers, so if you guys don't want to know anything about spoilers, now's your chance to skedaddle, but that's fine. Let's see. Where did my notes go? Here they are. Okay, these are the same questions that are posted in Discord. So no one else submitted any questions. So I'm just going to go off the ones I have. So Summer, we'll start off real easy. Describe your perfect girl dinner.
I loved this question. I was like, this is iconic. My perfect girl dinner is, like those Rhodes rolls that are frozen?
Yeah.
So I get those. I take 3 of them, microwave them for a little bit, and then make little mini pizzas out of them. So nice. I make some mini pizzas for myself. I have a Diet Dr. Pepper, and then a little treat after. You have to have a little treat. So yes. That's my girl dinner. If I just have to whip something up really quick at home, I don't really have a whole lot. That's what I'm making.
Yeah. My favorite is it's $1. It's a box of pastaroni, and it's the angel hair, garlic, butter, and herb with just noodles, basically.
Yeah.
A chocolate chip cookie and a Diet Coke.
Yum.
And that is my go-to meal when Justin goes out of town. Is my pastaroni.
That sounds so good. I'm gonna have to try that.
It's not healthy, but so good. I can eat a whole box by myself.
Girl dinner's not supposed to be healthy. It's just supposed to be I'm just a girl. I'm eating some food. Yeah.
Okay. Have you read anything else by Olivie Blake?
Yes, I DNF'd the Atlas 6 a few years ago. I don't think I'm going to pick it back up. I think I made it to probably 60%. And it just was not. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
I'm thinking of the Zodiac Academy. I'm sorry. Atlas
okay. 6. No, I read all of those, but yeah, Atlas 6. There might be a second book. I actually really don't know, but I DNF'd that one because it was just too many characters, nothing happened. I also didn't like the writing style for that book. It just felt really pretentious. I loved the writing style in this book. You can tell that Olivie Blake is a very technically a very good writer. She knows how to write. I don't know. I know that a lot of people probably won't like it because it feels a little bit pretentious. Yeah. But I just feel she knows what she's doing. She's a master of her craft kind of a thing. But I didn't like it for Atlas 6 because it really did just feel very pretentious because it's following like dark academia, like students kind of a thing. And it was just like, okay, I'm over this. But yeah.
Yeah. This was my first book by this author. And when I got it from Aardvark, I didn't realize who this author was. I was like, oh, wait, the Atlas 6, I've heard of that book. And I think it's got pictures of the book. I don't know how well people will see that, but like there's all the other books that she is. But the only one I've heard of is the Atlas 6. But I will say you could definitely tell that she is a good writer. Like I will say that. I don't think like her writing is like she's not a Frida McFadden, if you catch my drift. Like you could tell she like actually writes very, very well. So, but yeah, this is my first book by her.
Do you think you would read something else?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I think if the synopsis intrigued me, I would pick it up. But
yeah,
we'll have to see what else she comes up with. So
that's kind of how I feel too. Masters of Death looks kind of cool to me, but honestly, at this point, now that I've kind of given 2 of her books a try, I'm just kind of like, I don't really know. I think I'd probably do the same as you, though. If it sounds interesting, maybe I'd give it a try.
Yeah. And I know we'll get to this later, but like, is it really a thriller? Is it not a thriller? That might be the deciding factor. Let's see. Girl dinner is seasoned fries in the air fryer. I can get down with that. I read 12th Night and I liked it. Didn't love it, but liked it. Okay. I love my paper plate charcuterie board. Yes.
Absolutely.
I love like little homemade charcuterie. I read the Atlas 6 and it was also a 3-star read for me. Nice. Okay, moving on. Okay, of course, we gotta ask my favorite question. How would you describe Girl Dinner only using 3 words?
I have kind of 2 options for this one. I said not a thriller.
Okay.
And then I also did boring satire feminist.
Yes. Putting a comment in for other people to go off, but basically, how would you describe Girl Dinner in 3 words? I also thought of not a thriller, but I was like, I also don't like to make sentences with my words. So I was like, that's not my thing. I put academia, womanhood, and anticlimactic. So,
yeah.
But everyone else, let us know what your 3 words are. I'll come back to that after the next question. Nina and Sloane are in 2 different points of their lives and yet are very similar. What did you notice that were the same and that were different?
I think, like you said, they're like in such different times of life. Sloane is a professor or an adjunct professor. She's a new mom. She's going through like an entirely different set of problems than Nina is. Although Nina is a woman of color, she's queer, and she's kind of trying to navigate one of the most difficult times of a woman's life, being like a young adult in college. Also with some of the challenges that she's had to deal with previously. But they're both having to deal with crappy men in their lives. They're trying to deal with society's pressures on women. I don't know. I really did like the themes of feminism in this book and the fact that it's showing us so many different views of feminism, with being a mother, being a woman in like a career, being a woman that's just in school, and trying to find a place in the world. Also, we get the perspective of, is it Caroline, who's the country wife or whatever? Because even, I don't love like trad wife stuff, but you could even say that trad wife stuff is a form of feminism as well, like really just owning what, I don't know, like down to your roots, what women kind of are known for, you know, being the homemaker, that kind of a thing. Not that that's the only type of feminism, but it's a facet of it. So I just feel like we get to see like so many different types of that throughout the book, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I put in my notes that like they're both looking for some sort of identity, dealing with being vulnerable to like you said, like external expectations. So like, you know, Nina is a college student coming back to, I think it's her sophomore year. And, you know, trying to navigate that in her life as a young woman, you know, coming into her own life. And then you have Sloane, who's married, has a career, has her first child, and like the expectations that she feels that she should be perfect. And I put like one is unformed, which would be Nina, and the other one is kind of like depleting with the hardships, I guess you can say, throughout her life right now. So
Totally, yeah.
Let's see what other people said. Hello, rated it 2 stars. Thanks for joining. Messy, repetitive meat. Meat. That was a good one. I like that one. Written too fast. Well written, predictable, and white women feminism. I did not like Max in the first chapter. No. I mean, I feel like in these types of books, like men are not going to be well liked anyway. So
no.
Moving on, between the two, there's a point of view from both of them. Did you prefer one over the other? And hunger is a central metaphor for the story. What types of hunger did you see throughout the story for both of them?
I think that I liked Sloane's perspective. It did get a little bit old at a certain point of like hearing just constantly about motherhood. I did really like hearing her perspective on motherhood. I think especially because Olivie Blake is a mother, so I feel like she had a really like true, like she had a finger on the pulse, I think, of what it's like to be a mother, and wrote it really well. But I did get a little bit sick of it after a little bit. So I think that I enjoyed her perspective a little bit more because I just kind of felt like we got more from her than from Nina. I felt like Sloane's character was a little bit more fleshed out. So I think that I liked her a little bit better. And then as far as hunger, I think we kind of get a little bit of like literal hunger with Sloane's baby because she just can't figure out what to give her. And she's so afraid that she's not, like, she won't be growing strong or how she should be because she's like not getting fed the right kind of food. And then also I think like when Sloane is kind of looking into the sorority and trying to like unearth some things, there's kind of like a hunger for the truth, what's like really happening there. And then I think also within the sorority, there's kind of like some hunger for revenge. Or like, you know, taking out men that need to be taken out or that deserve to not be there anymore. Also just kind of like the hunger for prestige and perfection because these women are getting these kind of gifts from this girl dinner that they're having. Like, you know, gaining success, gaining beauty, that kind of a thing. So maybe a hunger for those things.
Yeah. I've said Sloane's point of view just because like I'm not college age anymore, unfortunately. But also like I kind of relate to like having like a career and like being married. No motherhood for me, which that's fine. I will say it did get a little bit repetitive. But I also feel like with her being like a new mom, it was kind of like expected as well. I think as far as like hungers, I think they're both, I think the hunger I kind of sense from them both is like a hunger for belonging. Like, you know, Nina is wanting to belong and like have it all and kind of like not be clueless of like who she is. And then like Sloane is trying to belong as like a mother and like in her career and in her marriage. So like even though they're both different, like they're same of like belonging. I would also say like recognition, especially with Sloane, like just recognizing like all the hard work and effort that she's been putting in and just like connection. I think that's more of Nina wanting to connect with people that she like looks up to or aspires to be. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Everyone let us know what point of view you preferred. Angel preferred Sloane's as well. Let's see. Next question. What does Nina's journey reveal about the nature of belonging? I was just talking about belonging. That's so funny. So what would you say her journey revealed about the nature of belonging?
I think I accidentally. Oh, wait, no. Okay, this one I was having kind of a hard time coming up with an answer. So I want to hear your thoughts first.
I just put like that belonging can be like intoxicating, especially if you feel like you don't belong somewhere. And like in Nina's point of view, like it could be weaponized. Like, oh, like we've given you so much, and if you don't do what we say, we're just gonna like take everything away from you in a way. Like
Yeah.
isolate you out and like just show you like this is what you're missing if you don't follow our way. Look at the kitty behind you.
Oh, hey. Whenever
That
he hears me talking in here,
is that Markle or Howie?
it's
Or Howie?
Markle.
Markle. Oh,
Yeah.
so cute.
He'll probably jump up here.
I also said like promise of safety and worth for Nina because that's what she was looking for, and that's kind of like what the house gave her.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe to tack on to that, like, I feel like this kind of also explored the theme of within feminism, sometimes women like turn on each other.
yes.
And so I think that like with the promise of belonging, it was really easy for them to be like, I want to belong so badly that I'm willing to turn on these other women around me to make sure that I stay where I want to be. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Like she like I like not isolated, but like separated herself from like her roommate and like her other friends and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. I think there was another comment. I feel like Sloane's point of view was more developed. I did get annoyed with her repetitive thoughts on motherhood. I feel like there was a hunger for validation. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like all the metaphor. Like it's weird. Like I'll go ahead and spoil everyone. I wasn't like a huge fan of this book, but like I will say like all the different like metaphors for hunger. I was like, ooh, you know, this is actually there's a big bug in here, and I'm trying not to freak out.
I kind of saw you looking around earlier. I was like, what's happening over there?
It's a stink bug, and I can't kill it because they'll like give off this like bad odor, but like it just keeps flying around. So it's about to die after this live show. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, if you see me doing that, there's this bug hanging around. So I forgot. Oh yeah, I just really like the different metaphors of hunger in this book. My next question is, what is the significance of the girl dinner meme in the context of the story?
Definitely one of my favorite memes from TikTok.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of think it was more just to have a catchy title.
Yeah.
And then I also kind of thought it was funny that the sorority has their dinner once a year, so you could even call that a little girl dinner. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have anything too crazy to say about it.
I definitely feel like a catchy title, like you said. But I kind of did like a little bit of research on it. So I think it's a metaphor that women are encouraged to take up less space, need less, eat less, and want less, is what I've read online, which I can totally see. With it being like, you know, I'm not going to make a full meal. I'm just going to eat what I want to eat and not, I don't want to say not put the effort in because that's not like the message I'm trying to portray, but like just not give what I need versus just what I want in a way.
Yeah. So. Oh, absolutely. That's like so interesting.
If anyone else has a different perspective of girl dinner, let us know. Okay. Both Sloane and Nina are transformed and shaped by their experiences with the house. How do you think they both changed by the end of the novel? Mine is like a super short answer. I'll just go.
You go. Yeah.
Sloane changes from not wanting perfection, and Nina just reclaims her identity. That's kind of what I got out of it.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I didn't really have anything too crazy to say either because I really couldn't even remember the ending of the book. So
we were chatting backstage saying like, so what happened at the end? I was like, girl, I forgot. So if anyone has any thoughts or feelings on the ending and how they changed, let me know. That's a really good point. Oh, thank you. Hi, Amanda. Welcome back in. Just a Google search, you know. You take all the credit. I just was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So, okay. So okay, this is another thing. Were you surprised by the ending and each woman's choice? I said not really. I think at that point I was just kind of waiting for the story to be over at that point.
Yeah, I really agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the whole entire book, I feel like, sorry, my cat is like,
No,
Marco,
you're good.
go down there.
He's an honorary member.
I know, yeah. I felt like the whole book, we kind of knew that it was going to be about cannibalism because I feel like it's marketed that way. And then for that to not even come into the book until like 60%,
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't really care how this ends. Like, nothing surprised me in the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And like Jesse and I were trying to figure out and remember if Sloane decided that she did want to kind of stay within the sorority, or not stay within, but kind of follow some of their teachings as far as like eating other people. Because I think I remember her feeding a person to her child and her child being like, oh, this is great. And then I think Jesse, you said that you're pretty sure that Nina like left and went down her own path.
That's how I remember it. And
Yeah.
also with like feeding her child, I do remember that. I don't think I think again, I listened to it. I didn't physically read it. And I think like if I would have paid more attention while physically reading it that late in the book, I think I would have picked that up a little bit more. But I do think what you said was true.
Okay.
If anyone has anything different, let us know.
Yeah, please correct us. If
There
I'm
was
wrong.
another thing I was going to ask. What was it? Oh, you talked about it being like cannibalism. I don't know what it is, but like, is cannibalism like the new trend? Like, I feel like there's so many thrillers out there that are about cannibalism. Like, it's like the new trendy thrillery thing. I don't know.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of horror books that have that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that it's a really cool metaphor for things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one that I'm like, okay to keep reading. I just didn't really like care for it. I wish that it would have gone farther with it in this book. I feel like my main issue was we found out that, like, after I read it, I was like, oh, this was not a thriller at all. It's like a literary satire about feminism, and it has like a little touch of horror with the cannibalism. But I wish that it would have just been like had the feminism and stuff, but like really went there with the horror. I wish that it would have been like a true horror with like, I just wish it would have committed to the actual cannibalism bit.
Yeah.
So
it's like it was unbalanced. Like you had more feminism. Gosh, that was hard to say. And like not enough horror or like the cannibalism. So like it was like not balanced. So yeah.
It was boring and not shocking at all. Like I knew everything that was going to happen, which is fine if it was like really, maybe I just should have looked into the book more. I just really thought like, oh, this is going to be a horror or a thriller. It really was just like a slow literary exploration of feminism through a college setting.
Yeah. And I already had this book like on my shelf. So it wasn't like I got this because you recommended it. I was like, oh, I think I had just gotten the book when you said it. I was like, oh, perfect. This is perfect. Because like I was intrigued by this book. Because I was like, ooh, cannibalism, sorority, dark academia. I'm signed up for it. So
we were all duped.
Yeah. I think we have reclaimed girl dinner by eating what we want, then eat what we should. I like that. Sloane kills Nina's twin, thinking it was Nina. Nina runs the sorority. Okay.
What? I literally don't even remember that. I read this book at the beginning of the month. Actually, I may have read it back in January. So it's like real. And like we said, by the end of the book, I was just kind of like ready for it to be over. So I wasn't paying that close of attention.
I agree. I forgot about Nina's twin.
Yeah, I did too.
I also finished this book Friday. So like whether you started at the beginning or you ended like when I did, like it really didn't stick too well with me. So
actually, I am kind of remembering that Sloane killed Nina's twin actually a little bit more now. Yeah.
Kind of surprised with Sloane taking Nina's sister or cousin. I can't remember. I thought it would be a man. Oh, that's right, Helen. I thought it was Nina. Yeah, I feel like they did nothing with the cannibalism.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so that's all I had. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Okay, I figured.
Nope.
So the last two questions we have. The first one is, what is your final star rating of Girl Dinner? Everyone else, leave your ratings in the chat.
I kind of think that I'm going to go with 1.5 or 2 stars. I'm still kind of back and forth because it definitely at least gets a star for the writing, because it, like, her writing style is so good, but it's mostly just her plot that I don't really care for, or like the themes, just what she decides to write about. It also wasn't the worst thing I've ever read. It did have a lot of really good quotes in there. There was like one about, like, lots of good quotes about feminism. I think there was one that had to do with like social media. There were some really good quotes in there. So I don't know. It's feeling maybe closer to a 1.5. Super forgettable.
Yeah. Okay, on Goodreads, I put 2 stars.
Oh, you sound like a transformer right now.
I do?
I don't know I don't know if it's just my headphones, but.
Oh, hang on. Let me. How about now? No.
It's still, yeah. Maybe someone leave a comment and say if it's just me or if you're also hearing it.
Now.
I'm still hearing. Yeah, it's a little crazy.
How about now? No? Okay.
Okay, someone said it sounds normal to them, so maybe it's just me.
Sound good now?
It still sounds weird to me, but you should just keep going because I can still tell what you're saying.
Okay. What was I going to say? Okay. So it's between a 1 and a 2 star for me. And I think if this wasn't so heavily marketed as a thriller and I read it for like literary, feminine, like if I would have read what this truly was, I would give it 2 stars because it's not something I typically like. I think it was fine. I think as a thriller, it's a 1 star. And I was telling Summer backstage, like, there's another book that I rated 1 star. And if I were to compare the two, I would recommend the other one because, like, I think it was just more enjoyable, if it makes sense. So, let's see. We have a 2 star. Sounds normal to me. I'm sticking with 3 stars. I also enjoyed the author's note at the end. Oh, my audiobook did not have an author's note, so I'll have to go back and read that.
I did really like the author's note. I forgot about that.
I also am like horrible at reading the author's note, unless it's at the beginning of the book. So, no, I keep hearing weird noises also. Oh, well, we'll roll with it. Do you have any recommendations? I'm going to recommend my one and only because I know it's on your list. I'm going to recommend Bunny by Mona Awad. That I rated it 1 star, but going back, I think I would bump that one up because I think that one is way more enjoyable than this one. So, if you like, it's definitely more weird, definitely more horror. Has a weird ending that I had to like go back and do research on. So that's my one recommendation. What do you got?
That was also going to be one of my recommendations because I love Bunny. It's one of my favorite books. Easy 5 stars. I've read it twice now because I actually did a deep dive with Gwen on her podcast, I think last year or 2 years ago. So like we really went in depth to it. There's a lot of metaphors. It's dark academia. It's following a writing student and she gets kind of sucked into this group of girls. So it's kind of that same kind of sorority kind of feel, very like culty, definitely like you said, Jesse, horror. It like this one, it still has beautiful writing and then it actually goes there with the horror. So I just feel like everything that I wanted Girl Dinner to be was what Bunny was. So I would just recommend to just go straight to Bunny. Another book that I did like that's another horror book is called Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. And that kind of goes more into the like, was it Caroline? I don't even remember, the side character that's the country wife on like her social media. It definitely is kind of leaning into more of like the trad wife trying to be a perfect wife, but it also is following the main character who is trying to have a baby, has a baby, goes kind of through really crazy, horrific ways to have a baby, and it just really goes there. There is some cannibalism, So it definitely has a lot of the same kind of vibes. Yeah. I read it as an arc and it was a quick read. It was fun. And I just liked that it really kind of delved into the tribe life kind of aesthetic and trope because I think it's very interesting. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, I would recommend that one. I think I gave it like 3.5 or 4 stars. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And I know like the term trad wife is kind of trending or like being talked about like on social media. So I think that was a really interesting because I think it's actually February's um aardvark book club pick. Or one of the
Oh,
6 selections. So I ended up skipping just because I don't know. I may have to pick it up though because I think you kind of sold me on it, and you said it would be better than this one, so I may
oh
pick
yeah.
it up.
It's like it's definitely a weird girl horror though. Like just be prepared that it's interesting. Yeah. I really liked it though. I thought it was fun. It was just different, you know?
Yeah, and I think other people who picked it up said they enjoyed it too. So
Okay, that's good.
well, those are all the questions I have. Thank you everyone for coming. I know this was like kind of a short one, but honestly, I feel like we covered a lot with it. And like
Yeah.
I was actually pretty impressed with some of the questions I came up with. So
Oh, you always come up with really good questions.
I used to not. I feel like was it slow paced or fast paced? I feel like
Hey,
those
it's
were like my
still
go-to questions. So I was like, I need to have like more depth to my questions. So
No, I thought these were really good. Very good conversation starters.
thanks. But yeah, as always, make sure you subscribe, join the Discord. It's down below. Go show Summer some love. Her channel's linked down below as well. She's been is this your second or third time? I know you
I want
did.
to say it's
I think it's your third, maybe your fourth time.
it
Because
might be my
did
fourth.
you've done wait, you shouldn't have come here.
Yeah. The one with Zoe a couple years ago. Murder
Yeah,
Road.
Zoe. You did the Riley Sager one. Yeah.
Have we
So
done
I
two
mean,
Riley Sagers?
yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. She's been on here a while. She's also one of my besties. So go show her some love. If you love me, you'll love her. If you love her, you'll probably like me. So anyways, we'll go ahead and end for the night. Thank you all for joining. Next month, hang on. Next month we are reading and discussing It's Not Her. I know it's backwards and on camera, but this is the new Mary Kubika book. It's a book of the month pick. I am really excited to read this one because I've heard nothing but great things about this. I will have Tina from Tina's Books joining me. That will be on the last Monday of the month, which I need to definitely figure out how I'm going to do that because I'll be traveling back home that day. So, but make sure you join the Discord so you can get the chapter by chapter breakdown. I've also moved Sleep When I'm Dead over to Fable. So if you prefer Fable over Discord, I'm having both. One's not going away, I promise. So you can join me on both. And yeah, okay, we'll end here. Y'all have a great night. Bye.
Bye.